Welcome to this free mandolin lesson on how to play Take 5 by the Dave Brubeck Quartet and written by the saxophone player Paul Desmond. Hopefully at the end of this 10-minute lesson we're going to have something that sounds a little bit like this. So, as indicated by the name, we're in the time signature of 5. We're actually in 5/4. So that means we're counting this almost like you count in 4/4, where when you count 4/4, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So every beat has a corresponding offbeat, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And to make it 5/4, we just count an extra beat, 5 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and. You don't normally, or most people, you're welcome to count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But a lot of people like to split the bar into a group of 3 and a group of 2. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 1. Just to make it slightly more easier to count, as counting 5 in the heat of the moment is sometimes tricky. And when you do that, obviously you can then have the group of 3 in a different place. So you can have the group of 3 at the start of a bar. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Or you can have the group of 3 at the end of the bar. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And they both sound really nice. And your way you're counting it is generally dictated by the melody that's written. Take 5 is written with the group of 3 at the start of the bar. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So if I... So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1 is how it's counted. So you, like I said before, you're welcome to count all of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But in my head, I'm always counting this as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. But what is important is that because it's 5/4, our pick stroke theory still applies. So down on the beat and up off the beat. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and. So your right hand is still connected to the beat. If we're in 5/8, that would be a different matter because that would be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and we'd have to do some double downs and stuff like that. But it's not. It's 5/4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and. So especially you advanced players, I really want you to focus on getting your pick strokes correct for this because it is a great exercise to make sure your right hand is doing the correct thing. Now, I'm not really going to talk about the chords to this tune. This is mainly focused on the melody, moving it around the neck. But I will mention the really nice intro. The story goes that the drummer in the band wanted a song to show off his 5/4 playing skills. So Dave Brubeck threw out the intro. And then Paul Desmond wrote the tune that goes over that. So we can play that intro sort of on the mandolin. Obviously, we haven't got quite the same range as a piano. We've got 4 strings. We need to implement it over. So it's an E flat minor chord to a B flat minor chord. Or a B flat minor 7 chord because you've got that A flat in it. So the first half of the bar, or the 3 part of the bar. So it's down, up, down. Make sure you get that down, up, down. And then the second half of the bar, or the 2 section, just goes down, down. So if I just play that round a few times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So E flat minor, B flat minor 7, E flat minor. And that actually becomes the chords for the A part as well. So when I add, when we play along later and when I demonstrated it earlier, when I'm playing the A part, that chord is going underneath. They work hand in hand. So this tune is written in the key of E flat minor. I toyed with the idea of, you know, just shifting it around a little bit, maybe playing it in E minor, or maybe even moving it to D minor, but I thought that this tune loses the sense of take 5, what makes it sound like take 5 if you take it out of the key of E flat minor, and this is a video for advanced players, so why not throw E flat minor at you. And don't forget, everything we talk about in this video is included in the PDF below, so you don't have to work out take 5 in E flat minor by ear, although you are more than welcome to if you would like to try that. So the A part, if I just play this A part very slowly, and it'll be after 3 in first position. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. So if I just stop there. So a couple of things to note. First of all, little finger has to do a lot of work if we're playing this in first position. And then you've got these little hammer on and pull off triplet, and then this one is the hardest one to do. Sort of D flat to E flat triplet. You could pick it D flat and E flat on separate strings, but I can never quite pick that quick enough, so I need to do it as a hammer on and pull off. But then I've got an A flat straight after it, so if I'm doing a hammer on and pull off down here, I've got to get down here for an A flat. So I've decided to compromise. Sometimes we have to compromise when we're learning a tune that wasn't written for the mandolin. I've decided to do these as a slide with my ring finger. 6, 8, 6. Then my hand's roughly in position to catch the A flat. It's not ideal, it's not exactly how the saxophone plays it, but I'm afraid it's the compromise I have made to fit it on the mandolin. So if I just play the second half of the A part, 1, 2, 3. So again, watching those pick strokes, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 down. So it's not too tricky really. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 down. A lot of downs in that the second half of the phrases, but worth getting right. I did a lesson last month on moving the Godfather up and down the neck, and it just so happens I didn't do this on purpose, but this lesson kind of carries on from that, because this melody in first position is a weird stretch, and I think we can play it better than that. I think we can move it around the neck and find a slightly more comfortable version on the mandolin. So you're welcome to pause it and do that exercise, or just see how I've done it. I think it's easier to start with your first finger on the B flat, so it's like a second position. So your little finger catches the 8, like that. So if I just play this really slowly, you do have to shift back to get that low A flat, but then I'm back straight away into second position. So if I play this slowly after 3, 1, 2, 3. I just think that second position is an easier thing to do on the mandolin, so that's how I'll be playing it from now on. It's an interesting exercise. I encourage you to do that with every tune, and if you didn't see last month's Godfather lesson, I will link that below. So onto the B part, which is the same phrase twice, almost, with just slightly different endings. Again, pick strokes, watch out for those. Down, up, down, because down, up, down is where they fall. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So watch out for those, advanced players. And then, again, it's quite tricky in first position. You're having to do all sort of weird little half shifts and fingers helping other fingers out. So again, there's no ideal solution with this. Again, have a little play around, because your first note is a D sharp here, so you could play that with your little finger, ring finger, second finger, first finger, move it all around the neck. You could even start it way down there on the D string, the 13th fret of the D string if you wanted to. But the solution I think is neatest for me is doing the phrase as like a move-in phrase down the neck with my first finger. So each time, the start of each bar, so first finger, first finger, first finger. So like it's the same position shifted down 3 times. So if I just play that slowly, that sounds and looks like this. Shift, shift, and then this bar. So here's a very quick shift. So 4, 3, 4, 5. So you got ring finger on the 5 and then first finger on the 6. Shift, shift. So that's my solution to it. So your kind of first finger's doing all the work. So if we play that together after 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shift, shift, shift. And sometimes I'll play that last note with my little finger, sometimes with my first finger, it doesn't matter. And then there's like a DC al fine, DS al fine, which is just a musician's lazy way of saying play the A part again to finish. It's like an A-B-A format. For neatness, I didn't want to write it out again so I could fit it onto one page. So all that's left to do now is have a jam through the tune. I'm going to play as written, so I'll do 1, 2, 3 bars of 3.5 bars of the intro, and then I'll split screen it. I'll have the chords doing the intro, and then we'll come in and we'll play the melody, A, B, A, and hopefully everything will sound like take 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Well, that is the coolest tune I think I know on the mandolin. I hope you've enjoyed learning it. Please do let me know what you think of this lesson. If you like the new video format, then let me know in the comments below, and hit subscribe while you're here. We do these videos every month. So it would be great to have you on board for future free lessons. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next month.